Today, we're going to dive into some expressions from the English radio show, Power English. So, let's hit the trail and explore these interesting phrases. 1. Hit the trail. Our first expression, hit the trail, is an informal idiom that you might encounter during your adventures. It means to start a journey or an adventure, often on foot or by hiking. But it can also be used in a broader sense, indicating setting out on any kind of travel or expedition. For example, imagine a group of explorers with a map in hand. They hit the trail in search of hidden treasure. Or perhaps you and your friends plan to go hiking early tomorrow morning to reach the summit before sunset. 2. Run out of steam. Our next phrase, run out of steam, is all about energy and motivation. This idiom means to become exhausted or to lose energy, enthusiasm, or motivation for a task or activity. Steam here represents the force or energy that allows you to keep going. Have you ever studied for hours and suddenly found yourself unable to focus on your homework? That's when you've run out of steam. Or imagine a runner in a race, fearing they might run out of steam before reaching the finish line. It's like a car losing momentum, and even sails can lose steam when they slow down in recent weeks. 3. Not to mention. Now let's talk about not to mention. This phrase is used to introduce extra information or examples that emphasize a point. It's typically employed when you want to highlight something that's noteworthy or significant, and when you're referring to another thing that relates to what you've just said. For example, think about our favorite Italian restaurant. They make their own fresh bread and salad dressing, not to mention their exceptional spaghetti sauce. Here, we're emphasizing the remarkable features of the restaurant's food. Or imagine a situation where you and your friends were cold, wet, and hungry, not to mention extremely tired. In this case, we're underscoring the challenging conditions you faced, including exhaustion. 4. How sweet of you. Our fourth expression, how sweet of you, is all about expressing gratitude and appreciation. When someone has done something kind or thoughtful, this phrase is a polite and pleasant way to thank them. It's like saying, "You're really kind." Imagine someone bringing you your favorite flowers, and you respond with, "How sweet of you." Or when someone leaves a thank you note for the cleaning staff, you could say, "You left a thank you note? How sweet of you." 5. Toned. Finally, let's discuss toned. This term often refers to having well-defined muscles or a physically fit appearance. It's when your body is firm and in great shape. For example, someone who follows a strict exercise routine to keep their body toned and in shape is working hard to maintain that physical fitness. Or if people aim to achieve a toned look, they often combine cardiovascular exercise with strength training. So, there you have it, some fascinating expressions from Power English. I hope you enjoyed learning about these idioms, words, and expressions.
So every day from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m., you can, on each different day, listen to a different teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
And our day is?
And our day is Friday.
From 5 to 7.
5 to 7. And we also have a special segment called Coin 노래방.
Yeah.
So we sing, Cameron and I.
We do. Every week we have a song.
Yeah.
It's an English song that we look at the lyrics and talk about some of the important phrases.
Yeah.
But yeah, we sing, we lip sync. So you can watch us. If you watch us through YouTube, you can see what we look like.
Yeah.
All the funny faces we make.
You guys, you have to watch Cameron because he puts on such a great show with his lip syncing, and he does it while he's sitting down, but he's like performing. And then he teaches how to sing too. What can't you do, Cameron?
Find love. can't find love.
Oh, no.
No, but we do have a great time.
Yes.
And would love for you to join us every Friday from 5 to 7.
All right, very good. So we're continuing our series with walking versus hiking, part 4.
Yes.
And this is our last dialogue of the month. And here are some expressions that we're going to cover. Hit the trail, T-R-A-I-L.
So this means to go forward and start walking on that trail.
Okay, and if you run out of steam...
means you're getting tired. You don't have any energy.
Right. Not to mention...
This means that in addition. More.
Okay.
You're adding on top of.
All right, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
I got you a gift for the next time you hit the trail.
Hiking poles. How sweet of you, Frederick.
You can use those during the week, too, when you go on regular walks. They'll make it a little more challenging.
I used to think people looked silly using these on flat ground until I borrowed a pair once.
It's surprising how much faster you run out of steam when you're using your arms more.
Not to mention how toned your arms and shoulders get.
Okay, here we go. So Frederick says, I got you a gift for the next time you hit the trail. Okay, so hitting the trail. Yeah. You know there's that song, Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. Okay,
yeah.
So why do we say hit the trail, hit the road? Do you know?
I don't know why.
I don't either.
I don't know why we use the word hit.
I don't either.
But, I mean, Korean has the same thing. Chida.
Chida.
That comes up in weird places. And you aren't actually hitting anything.
Right.
But here for hit the trail, you're saying to go to the trail, to walk the trail.
Okay.
To be traveling, essentially.
That's right. And we talked about this word trail or path, meaning like it's a hiking trail. That's how we describe the road that people like to walk on. Okay. So hit the trail just means let's go. Let's, like the next time you go on the trail or go hiking. And Rosalia says, hiking poles. That's the gift.
Yeah.
Okay. How sweet of you, Frederick.
Yeah.
Our power pattern today is, oh, how sweet of you. Oh, how sweet. Don't we really like this word sweet?
Oh, how sweet of you.
Oh, how sweet. That was so sweet. Okay.
This is a way of saying thank you without saying thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're so considerate.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you. How sweet of you.
Right. So we could say, oh, thank you. But, yeah, thank you is okay. But to a close friend, it's like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
We don't even say the word. We say thank you maybe later. But I think our initial first reaction is like, oh, this is so nice. This is so sweet.
Yeah. And I will say, as a guy... I'm probably not going to say sweet of you.
Okay.
Maybe to like my daughter or a younger child.
Yeah.
Maybe like if I was married to like my wife.
Okay.
But men do not say this to each other.
Yes.
Generally.
What do you guys say? Thanks.
Maybe thanks.
Yeah.
I feel like guys don't have as much colorful language that they use.
Right.
You might say, oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We get really formal. Guys like, I appreciate the time that you have spent with me today. It means a lot, and I will one day repay you for your kindness.
In the movies, I often hear men say, "Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thanks, man." Or like, "Oh, that's really great." These very sort of like.
Yeah. Well, you might say, "Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot."
Yeah, that means a lot.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
But I mean, it's good to know. But
But we women, we like to say things like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, it's very much
It's very
that
common,
way.
yeah.
All right. So what does Frederick say?
You can use those during the week, too, when you go on regular walks.
Okay, so hiking poles.
Yeah.
All right. So Frederick is saying, oh, this is like, great.
Yeah.
Good to have.
But then they'll make it a little more challenging.
Oh,
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
So if the hiking poles are going to make it more challenging, it's going to make it more difficult. Which I thought hiking poles would make it easier.
I did too. But surprisingly, actually, I found out that it makes it a little bit more challenging.
Really?
I think it does both.
Arm muscles?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I mean, I think there's definitely two things going on. And one is that it definitely helps you, like when you're on an incline and stuff like that. But, when you're like, it says here, you go on regular walks. If you just go on regular walks, they can make it a little bit more challenging.
Okay.
Rosalia says, I used to think people look silly using these on flat ground until I borrowed a pair once.
Yeah.
Some people use this on regular walks. So hiking, it's different because they help you, actually.
Yeah.
But regular walks, it can make it, there's a little bit more effort with your arms.
And in America, we do not use the poles for like walking.
Walking.
But I tell you what, I went to Germany.
Oh, they walk. They use it.
And they had the pole. It looked, as an American, I thought it looked really dumb.
Yeah.
But, like, they use it and they say it's like really, it helps.
Well, I mean, Europe, you've got people like with the Alps, Switzerland, Austria,
No, but I'm talking about walking through a city park.
Oh, really?
With the poles.
Oh,
I don't know.
See?
But, I guess people who are into it, there's a good reason.
Yeah, that's right. And Rosalia is saying, well, it looks a little silly, but it's helpful.
Yeah.
And what does Frederick say?
It's surprising how much faster you run out of steam when you're using your arms more.
Okay. The reason why it's challenging or difficult is because you got to keep moving the poles. So you're using your arms. So Frederick says it's surprising how much faster you run out of steam.
Yeah.
If you run out of steam, are you like on a steam engine, like steam train?
I mean, it is that kind of image, but the steam we're talking about here is energy. So how an engine needs steam for it to run, you need energy in your body to be able to move.
Right.
So it's kind of the feeling of you losing blood sugar.
Yeah. To run out of steam, it's like, you're running out of energy.
Yeah, you're just powering down.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Rosalia says, not to mention how toned your arms and shoulders get. So she is adding to this. When you use the hiking poles, you run out of energy quicker.
Yeah.
And then it also tones your arms and shoulders.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, not to mention.
Not to mention is when you're adding extra. Frederick has already explained, but Rosalia is adding more. So she says, not to mention.
Okay.
And she is going to mention.
She is going to mention. And what she mentions is that it tones her arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
T-O-N-E as a verb.
Yeah.
Not your skin tone.
No. It's not your skin tone. It's your muscle tone. And with muscle tone, we're talking about even, tight muscles.
Okay.
You're not necessarily talking about big bodybuilder muscles. You're talking about, it looks like you've exercised and they're strong, even if they're not big.
Okay.
Like a ballerina. Ballerinas are very slim.
Right.
But they're toned because their arms and legs are like
really strong.
Pure muscle.
That's right.
Even if it is thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I got you a gift for the next time you hit the trail.
Hiking poles. How sweet of you, Frederick.
You can use those during the week, too, when you go on regular walks. They'll make it a little more challenging.
I used to think people looked silly using these on flat ground until I borrowed a pair once.
It's surprising how much faster you run out of steam when you're using your arms more.
Not to mention how toned your arms and shoulders get.
All right, let's do a quick review. Hit the trail means to go hiking or for a walk in nature.
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing tomorrow?
My friends and I are going to hit the trail in the morning.
Okay. So it's the feeling of being out in nature.
Yeah.
So you can go for a walk, but if you hit the trail, it's usually like kind of a dirt trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When I'm stressed, I find that nothing clears my mind better than hitting the trail for a day.
So you can switch hit the trail with go on a hike, go for a walk in nature.
Yes.
There's no change in meaning.
Yeah.
And if you are a dad, let's say over the age of 40,
Yeah.
and you want to be really funny,
Yeah.
you can say, let's hit the trail, and you pick up a stick and you hit the ground. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. It's like one of the like basic dad jokes.
Oh,
hit the trail.
Like literally hitting.
Hit the road.
Oh.
Pick up a stick and
Yeah,
hit it.
hit it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I don't know in Korea, like it might not work. People don't understand what it means. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it would work, but
Yeah.
you know.
That's
It's a
right.
very literal meaning
That's
to
right.
hit the trail.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we are not hitting anything. We are just beginning something.
Yes.
All right. So everyone, if you are maybe had a hard week, maybe you can hit the trail this weekend. You know, we've got so many mountains
Yeah.
all around us,
Or maybe
right?
you can hit the sack.
Hit the sack.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Got it. So this is, this hit just means to go in and do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
Good. If you run out of steam, it means that you're very tired. You have no energy. Are you running out of steam already?
Yeah, I think 45 minutes on the bike is my limit. Honestly, 45 minutes on a bike is...
Oh, no. That's too much.
That's so long. It's not too much, but it's not a short time.
No. My old dog runs out of steam walking up a small hill.
Oh, it's true. Dogs.
Yeah, and I tell you, as they get older, they kind of run out of steam early.
Yeah.
Like they used to be like totally fine and running, and now it's like after around the block, it's like, panting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're running out of steam.
So this can be like real exercise, physical stuff, running, being able to run
Right.
for a long time.
Okay.
But it can also just be just general energy level, let's say working for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like I remember I used to work like 10, 12 hours a day at a restaurant.
Wow.
In like college for money. I don't know if I could do that.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'd run out of steam just being standing up and walking around all the time.
Oh my goodness, what a job. When I first came to Korea, I had a hagwon job.
Yeah.
And my first class, they gave me the worst schedule. My first class was at 6:30 in the morning, and my last class was at like 9. So I would have to be at the hagwon all day. And of course, in the middle, I had a break.
Yeah.
But my house was not close at that time. So like, I was running out of steam by like 7 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, just no energy left.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Our next expression is not to mention, which means in addition to.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you more.
Yes.
I can't believe we have 2 exams tomorrow.
Not to mention an 8 a.m. exam on Friday.
Lots of exams.
Yeah.
8 a.m. exam on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. College is the worst.
Did you have 8 o'clock classes?
Yeah.
In morning classes?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't. That's crazy. At least until like 9:30.
Classes in my university, they started at 7.
What?
There were some classes at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. I'll be running errands all morning, not to mention picking up the kids from school at 3.
Yes.
And to run errands, ERRANDS, it's kind of like what?
Errands are the jobs, the little things you have to do.
Yeah, just little jobs.
Yeah, it's similar to chores, but chores are inside the house, errands are outside of the house.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm emphasizing this point. I'm doing all of this Not to mention one more thing on my list.
Right. So even though this has not in it, not to mention, you actually are mentioning it.
You are mentioning it, and you are mentioning it very intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it's almost always negative. I don't see this going in the positive. For my birthday, I got a new car, and I got a puppy, not to mention a house. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
If the things cannot be positive. It can only go in the negative.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we had one of those killer schedules. Like, we had to do power speaking, recording this, and then evening special, and then, not to mention another pre-recorded show.
Yeah. That's just because it's so much work. It's so much.
Right.
It's so, having a long day of work.
All right. How sweet of you. It's just a kind of way of saying, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. How sweet of you to send my mom flowers at the hospital.
How sweet of you, Chloe. Chocolate chip cookies are my favorite.
Yeah. So you could say thank you, obviously, but just saying, oh, thank you, that just doesn't sound good.
So how sweet of you. Oh, that's so nice of you.
Oh, wonderful.
That means
so
a
great.
lot.
Yeah. So when you do say thank you, add a little bit more. Toned is our power vocab on page 138. We're talking about toning your arms, your muscles, your legs, shoulders.
Yes.
Let's thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회에서